Thank you, Rajat, for joining us today on Let's Talk Business series by RealtyNXT.
Thank you so much, Kritika, for having me over here. It's been a pleasure, and on behalf of Puravankara Group, I think we're very delighted to be on your show.
Thank you. So let's start about you first. I'm sure our audience would be interested to know what inspired you to transition from a successful career in multinational banking to real estate sector.
So it's been an exciting journey, to say the least. I think so. I started, as you rightly said, with a couple of MNC banks. I was with Citibank and then joined Deutsche Bank. Having was a great experience over there. As luck may have it, I got an opportunity to join the finance team of Lodha Group, and that's where my entry into real estate happened. I think so absolutely a fantastic time with Lodha Group, learning the nuances of real estate, from finance to sales, and spending a lot of time over there. And here I am in front of you now, working with Puravankara Group. So I currently manage the West region and the commercial business for the group.
Right. But as you must be knowing, because you're from the banking sector, during those times, there were proper structures there in every sector except real estate, right? So what was the initial challenge that you faced, and what was the valuable lesson that you have learned so far when you entered real estate sector?
So as you rightly said, you're bang on. I think there was no formalized structure, especially when you're coming from a MNC bank where everything is organized and to the T, and you come into a sector which is kind of setting up disorganized to a large extent. What motivated me at that point of time was the entrepreneurial journey, the mindset that we had at that point of time, and I was lucky to have bosses like who would give me the liberty to do a lot of things on their own and create a lot of things on their own. And I think that is which kept me exciting all through this journey. Number one. Number two, what also was the potential of doing something big, right? Where I think the Indian real estate market was just coming at a boom of cusp of something large. People were seeing all these large developments coming in, and I think that is what kept me excited, because I'd never seen this kind of scale of operations working in the banking side of things, and I was totally enamored by the fact that this is what you can actually create in real estate. I mean, we've been talking about cities global, but in India there was so much happening. So I think today I can have a look back. I am really happy that I joined real estate.
And as someone with such an extensive finance experience, with your financial expertise, how are you using it for your advantage by helping Puravankara brand?
No, obviously, I mean, this learning of finance has been helping me on a day-to-day level. Of course, there's a learning process every single day. I mean, finance is also evolving. A lot of global funds, a lot of global opportunities are coming our way. But in Puravankara, I think what is happening is that as a company, the way the size of operations are, there is lots and lots that we can do what's happening at a global level. So, for example, if I have to, look at a financial closure of one of our projects, I mean, there's so much that we can bring on the table to ensure that the project is much more viable than it was otherwise. So this finance knowledge, every single day, every single time we're acquiring a land, we're going for a construction, going for our valuations, I think that really helps me today. And I think today at cusp of our growth journey or a grand growth journey is what I can say. Today, I think this is something that really helps me to work with my team, my colleagues in the finance team also, to say, okay, this is where we can go and this is how the world is being built.
Right. And tell me, and I'm very interested to know, the core principle that you have learned in the real estate that helps you to understand the complexities of real estate.
I think multiple journeys, multiple learnings, but I think the one that has always been with me is that customer is giving your lifetime earnings to you. I mean, when they're buying a house with you. And I think, as they say in one of the sayings I've read is that a brand is nothing but a promise.
Right.
But a good promise is what a true brand means. And I think today, when a customer puts in everything, the lifetime savings with us, what makes us going is to ensure that he gets the commitment that we had given, the brand commitment at the time of signing up. And I think that stayed with me and because you're promising something 5 years down the line, 4 years down the line. And that promise that you've kept with him at that point of time has to be ensure that he gets every dot of it. So that's something which is very more important for us. And even in Puravankara, that if I say every single day, every single employee of ours in this company is told everything, that please ensure that the promise that you make with that customer is fully completed. You don't miss on even a single dot on that.
Right. And before I come to the brand journey, I want to understand, and there's a saying, right? To build a brand, it requires a village. So what kind of employees or team you think would be great for any real estate company to get in the level where Puravankara legacy is?
Our legacy is, Kritika, it's we've been there in the business. Is a golden jubilee year. We've been there in the business for 50 years, completed 86 projects. I mean, more than 2 lakh happy families. And I think if you talk about my team, we are known as a company which is full of transparency and trust. That is what we live for every single day. In fact, right from the day when somebody joins, across the levels, one thing that has been told to us is, as I just repeated, is that please ensure that you have transparent with your stakeholders. And stakeholder does not mean only our customers. It's with the landlords, it's with our financial partners, with the employees, and ensure that whatever we are committing on day 0 with them, we imbibe that till the entire life cycle of that. And that I think has really helped us. We are present in 9 cities across the country. I mean, we are probably the ones who has the maximum coverage in the country right now. And we have a track record of ensuring that every single project, Kritika, in the last 50 years, we've completed that. And every single employee of this company is so proud of that, what we've achieved. And obviously, thanks to Mr. Ravi Puravankara, Mr. Ashish Puravankara, I think this is imbibed in us saying that, Rajat, if you are taking over this project, please ensure you deliver what you're committed.
True.
So that really helps us keep going.
So as you mentioned earlier that, Puravankara is completing 50 years this year, and it was established, I think, in 1975. Puravankara itself has been a legacy when it comes to Indian real estate, right? So over the years, how would you describe the brand journey, and what kind of vision the brand is having, and what are the milestones that brand is building from 2025 and later on as well?
So I think, as you rightly said, that we have a 50-year legacy that we are imbibing, and I think that's something that we are very proud of. Our vision is to build a sustainable world for people to live in, and our philosophy is all built around you. The U philosophy is what we proudly talk about. And when we talk about the U philosophy, as I said, that it talks about all our stakeholders. It talks about our customers. It talks about our landlords, our JV partners, our employees, every single person who's a part of the Puravankara overall family. I think that's what our U thought is, wherein everything that we do is for taking care of their side of the story. And what we want to do is we want to continue with this legacy that we have built in the last 50 years. Today, I think as a West region, I think we have taken very, very bold steps, very strong steps in the last 1 year. We've been able to get a lot of market redevelopments. As you all know, I think your listeners would be knowing that redevelopment is not an easy business to be in. I think it takes a lot of effort to get a redevelopment asset, and especially the marquee ones that we were able to get. Be it the Andheri Lokhandwala, which is one of the largest redevelopment that we are doing, to Bandra Pali Hill, which is around 2.75 acres of redevelopment that we are doing in heart of Pali Hill, to Miami in Breach Candy, which is probably one of the most iconic locations that you have in Mumbai, and to many more that we have in the pipeline. Every single redevelopment asset that we have taken with a lot of care, a lot of effort to continue with the brand legacy that we have, to ensure that these iconic structures that we're going to build in Mumbai, they're going to stand as a Puravankara legacy in West for a very long time. We're also doing very large set of business in Pune right now. We already have around 4 ongoing projects, and we already handed over around 650 apartments last year, which is on a beach theme projects. And we are ensuring that even in Pune, for the price that we sell in Pune, which is obviously a premium to the market, but our products are clear market differentiator, and customers are loving it as we speak. By the way, Kritika, I also would would love to share with you that we were probably one of the first developers who got theme-based development in the country. Way back in 1994, when we were all talking about concrete structures coming in Bombay and Bangalore and all these cities, we came with a Purva Park concept, the first theme-based concept in 1994. I mean, a lot of people didn't even realize that what real estate was all about that point of time. And since then, we've done so many iconic theme-based developments in Bangalore, be it Purva Venezia, Purva Palm Beach. Venezia is on a Venetian theme, and the Palm Beach, as the name said, is a palm. So we understand how theme-based, development happens, and we're probably one of the pioneers in that. So I think we'll bring lot of that flavor in Mumbai when we develop. A lot of top-class design, top-class quality is going to come our way.
Right. So too much of information you have given, so I'll break it down one by one. So first project, as you mentioned, Miami Apartments in Breach Candy, that has given the brand entry into the South Mumbai, right, where it's uber luxury market. So I want to understand what were the key considerations to get into this particular project?
So if you look at, so both the considerations were slightly different, to be honest. I mean, Bandra, we got a lot of opportunities in Bandra, to be honest, not only in Pali Hill, but other parts of Bandra. But when we saw this opportunity in redevelopment in Deccan Society, it was clearly the scale of that operation. I mean, 2.75 acres in Pali Hill, in the heart of Pali Hill, something which is unheard of. I mean, what you see right now is primarily standalone buildings from a lot of other competition developers. But when we saw the layout, we said we can do a really, really good job out here. We can do a world-class development where people will have everything on the mother earth, whether it's going to be a swimming pool or a tennis court or whatever is going to come in that development. And that is what fascinated us. And we said it really meets the brand guidelines. Similarly, when we got Miami on board, thanks to the members in both the societies who chose us for this development, we said, okay, this is right next to the coastal road, but the unprecedented views of the Arabian Sea. And I think we will do a great job in building iconic structure, which is right visible from every part of the coastal road when you're crossing it. The locations are really, really key for us when we decide in the project. Of course, we want to say that it's going to be a Puravankara style of development that we're going to do, but location was really, really critical for us.
Okay. So redevelopment is a very difficult job, right? And especially in a market like Mumbai, because you are bidding and so many other competitors are bidding. So what are the key differentiators that makes you apart from your competition, especially in Mumbai market, that it is gonna stand apart for a redevelopment project?
Couple of things. One, of course, as you rightly said, and thanks to all the Mumbai people, we are one of the largest redevelopment players in Mumbai now, doing multiple, and many more in the pipeline, to say the least. But what I think kept us apart, and I'm very honestly saying that, is when we went to the members and we showcased what Puravankara is all about, it was a governance and a transparency which really, really showed us apart. I think we told them we are from Puravankara, this is what we can get on the table, we're absolutely full of ethics, we're going to comply with everything, and this is where we can add value. And I think we never expected the fact that members are looking for these kind of developers,
Okay.
So we went back with that mindset, and luckily, whichever project we have done, we almost got 100% votes from the society, right? And clearly everyone wants that governance and the transparency when you do the deal. So I think that was, of course, needless to say that our quality of work that we've done in a lot of projects in Bangalore and in South, our quality of work that we're doing in Mumbai, in fact, in projects like Chembur that we are doing, that also has really, really helped us, because people have come and seen the kind of work that we do. But yes, our governance, our ethics, our brand, our promoter's name has really, really helped us.
No, and I agree, transparency matters in redevelopment projects, because we have heard so many stories, so many projects not happening the way it was communicated to the society, being stalled as well, right? So I want to understand, in today's market, especially be Bombay or metro cities, the customer is not just buying home. They are not just looking for home. They are looking for experiences, right? The way of home buying preferences which have changed now, where people or developer could think, घर से ही मतलब है, but there is now a different experience a home buyer is expecting out of a developer. So how Puravankara is evolving when it comes to customer preferences and aligning to their preferences?
So interesting, I think, Kritika. I think that's one of the key points which I probably missed out, and why I think a lot of societies, especially in the redevelopment, loving us. So I'll break it into two. One is, of course, the normal standalone land buys that we're doing, which obviously we are doing big time. We are not only a redevelopment player, but also we have bought a lot of lands, like in Thane and other parts of Mumbai that we are doing. In Pune, of course, we have a lot of these lands. But in redevelopment, what we do is we spend a lot of time along with the members, with our architects.
Right.
And everything that our members want, we try to get them on the table in front of our architect and say, can we solve this problem? In fact, it needs a lot of perseverance, because a lot of times the designs will move in and out, and I think, and that's where I think the architects need to be patient and our teams are patient, but we handle with the members.
Right.
Until the time we both agree on the final design, we do not send it for final layout approvals, etc., etc. So that journey we've lived, I mean, that journey we go through. We ensure that our members are as key part of our development, like we are going to be invested in. So that brings a lot of difference on the table. Coming to the point on our own land buys, what we have done, we obviously do a very, very thorough market check. What's happening in the market? What is the right product in the market? Just for example, the latest launch that we are going to do soon in Thane, that's probably one of the largest layouts again in Thane that we bought. And we've tried to incorporate a lot of Puravankara standards, that we are known for, into those assets. Like, for example, we have a patented DoNext technology. I mean, this technology helps you to have home automation, clean water, oxygenated homes, etc., etc. We've tried to bring that. Every apartment comes with a balcony. We feel that balcony in today's world, with the views that are going to be offered, are very, very critical. Even the smallest of things, Kritika, that we look at the grouting and all that we do at a top-class Puravankara standard. So a lot of these things are really differentiating us from rest of the market. I mean, I think really helping us to get a premium also on our products.
So list me 5 things which come under top-class Puravankara checklist.
I think the checklist, of course, as I said, that
it must be extensive, I'm sure. But when it comes to home buyers, what's the list about?
So the list is, as I said, that rather than putting 5 points, I say that every single element of that house, okay, be it the way we put our windows, be it with the way the doors, be it the smallest of, as I said, the grouting that we do on the flooring, the way that we are putting our tiling stuff, and not only that, but also the common layouts, our common areas. I mean, the way we develop, we spend so much time with international architects on our common, like in Thane. We've got an international architect just to do our landscape. And we spend a lot of time with them to understand how can we be a differentiator than what probably Thane has offered so far.
True.
So there's so many things that every project has get. In Chembur, we are designing our project called Purva Claremont, Andy Fisher. He's the one who's designed the entire clubhouse for us. We wanted to bring something different in Chembur. So every market that we enter, we have a strategy in place.
Yeah.
And we try to be a differentiator in that market. It could be multiple things and etc. etc. One thing also, Kritika, I would like to highlight is that every project of Puravankara, be it a 10,000 square feet project or on a rate level or to a 1 lakh square feet project, we at the time of launch itself have a specification gallery. And in that gallery, every nut and bolt which is put in the house is showcased over there from day zero, so that the customer from day zero is aware that when the flat is ready, what is going to get inside the flat.
That's nice.
And that's the transparency level that we work with.
So tell me, it's a highly debatable topic when it comes to amenities, right? In Mumbai market, you have seen there are so many developers giving you 2 towers, 1 tower by saying 100 amenities. What is your stand when it comes to amenities? How do you align your amenities with the customer preference? And does it differ from project to project, or is it very important to give so many amenities to a customer?
I think, yeah, you're right. I think there's been a kind of a competition going on the number of amenities which are happening in the market. But no, we don't want to quantify and trying to say that we're going to raise a Guinness Book record by the number of amenities that we want to provide.
Yeah.
What we believe in the fact is that whichever amenity that you're providing in your township or your layout has to be really, really well planned. There's no point in adding the number of quantity, but a quality of things. So when we are doing our developments today, we are saying, okay, this is the amenity that we are providing. These are the set of consumers who are going to be using it. Is it good enough for them? Is it sustainable in nature? Number one. Number two, especially in the redevelopment projects, we want to build sustainable luxury. What does it mean? It means that whichever amenity that you are giving, it should be maintainable by the society. Tomorrow, once you hand over the building to the society, a lot of buildings I've seen, and the one probably that you are also talking about, 120 amenities, 150, most of the amenities shut down after a period of time because nobody is ready to pay maintenance or there's no one to take care of them. In our case, what we're trying to say is that we're going to build them, but they're going to be maintainable by the society. It should not put so much pressure on the members that after that they become suffocating, saying that I need to leave this society and stay somewhere else because the maintenance is so high. And lot of time and effort has gone from our architects in developing it, in designing it, in maintaining, and everyone in the company gets involved. It could be a sales team, it could be a planning team, it could be a design team. And right for the matter, in fact, our MD also gets involved saying, okay, this is what we need to offer to our customers. So just to answer it, we don't go on the quantity, we go on the quality. We are a quality company.
And project-wise, it's different from
every project is different. We don't have anything which is, of course, the basic amenities like a gym or a swimming pool or something that we try to give a spa or sauna, try and give every building. But yeah, the number of amenities obviously depends on the layout size and etc.
True.
Yeah.
So tell me on the commercial front, right? Where exactly Puravankara is visioning the commercial space and what kind of projects are we looking into?
So, I mean, commercial is something that's right from our heart. I'm very, very passionate about this commercial business, to be honest. We're doing some fab job in Bangalore. Right now, we have got 2 projects going on in Bangalore. We are just starting a 3rd one in Bangalore. So by the year 28, we are looking at an annual rental of around 300 odd crores coming from a commercial business alone. We are doing some all grade A platinum rated assets. This year, we are handing over close to around 1.2 million square feet of commercial in one of the projects, another 8 lakhs. So almost 2 million is what we're handing over this year. Next year, we are looking at another handover of close to around 8 lakh odd square feet. So our commercial business is in right shape right now. We're very, very focused right now on a commercial business. But the strategy is very clear. We want to be a boutique commercial player in the right places, in the right locations. So Bangalore is a strategic market for us. We're there in 2 assets. As I said, that we're just starting a 3rd asset in Bangalore. We would like to grow in Pune very soon. We like to grow in Mumbai very soon. But we will take only on those areas where we feel that the annual rental and the locations are in the best top quality. So yeah, I think we are looking at a total enterprise value of close to 6,000 crores on a commercial business by 2027-28.
Great. And down the line, there is possibility of expansion to Mumbai, Pune.
Of course. Any good location, be it Gurgaon, be it Pune, Mumbai, we're definitely looking for expansion.
So we are seeing a lot of branded developers, right, are from their own headquarters city are shifting to different cities with the residential plans or with the commercial plans. So when it comes to Puravankara as a brand, are you guys also looking into this kind of expansion of your residential sector to different cities where you're not present in?
So Kritika, I mean, we are already present in 9 cities right now. We'll be very soon entering NCR, which is going to be the 10th city. So we are already a very well expanded company. We are, as I said, down south, we are practically there in all the major cities in South India. Mumbai, Pune, Goa is where we are. We are entering NCR very soon. So we are a very, very well diversified in terms of the location perspective. We are very happy where we are. Of course, the top 4 cities continue to be the metros where we operate in Bangalore, or for that matter, Pune, Mumbai and Chennai. But of course, we feel that NCR can play a critical role in a future growth of operations, and that's where we'll focus in the near future. But we are very happy where we are right now. We don't want to expand further right now.
Right. So tell me, when it comes to these cities, right, where you're expanding and where you're present, there are different segments where Puravankara is, right, where they are getting to luxury, where they were in mid-segment housing. Where would you describe each vertical of Puravankara present? Because there's a provident housing, right? Yes. So that even the customer understand the differentiation. What is the differentiation between both the verticals?
So today, I think we work under 3 brands. We have Purva Land, which is in plotted development. Yeah. And we are very soon launching a plotted development in the West region as well. We have Provident, which is kind of a aspirational to affordable housing segment, which is obviously doing excellent. Malana is heading it and he's doing a great job down south. They're doing in almost all the cities here. And then we have our flagship brand, which is Puravankara Purva, which is nothing but taking care of the luxury and the semi-luxury kind of products that are there. So wherever we see an opportunity, Kritika, we are not fixated by which brand has to go. Wherever we see an opportunity, which any of these brands coming up playing a pivotal role, we'll introduce those brands to that market. And luckily, what has happened is, like in West, we have Provident as well. Yeah. We have Puravankara as well. We, as I said, we will be launching a plotted development as well. Every market where we've entered, all these brands have been taken and respected by the customers very, very well, and then channel partners very, very well. So they've been very well appreciated and recognized in all the markets. So that's what, it's not a problem for us which brand to go where, but all these markets, wherever the opportunity will be there.
And recently we are seeing a hike in pilgrim cities, right? Now it's become a code like pilgrim investment real estate, where people are taking plotted developments. The bigger player, the Lodha, is already present. So when it comes to such cities where the pilgrim is there, where you see in coming months or years, BJP is going to make a great investment infrastructure development, are you going to target such cities as well?
As I said, if we see an opportunity, why not? We never say no to any opportunity. If we see an opportunity to any of the pilgrim center or any non-pilgrimage center, we will lap it and we will try and expand there. But obviously, we'll wait for the right opportunity. And then obviously, whenever we enter a city, we like to do well in that city. Right. And so, be it, as you said, that be it any city for that matter, if we see a great opportunity and we know that we can sustain in the city for a long time, we would love to enter that city.
So in the recent Union Budget 2025, we have seen tax cuts, which is a good advantage for middle class, where the disposable income will increase. So when it comes to that, what is your perspective, how it's going to influence the residential real estate market in India?
So, Kritika, I think the Union Budget was quite progressive this year, to be honest. I think after a lot of budgets that we've seen, this is one budget that I would say is in the right direction in terms of at least facilitating the real estate side of things. And be it the tax cuts, be it handing over ₹1 lakh plus to the end user, to the fact that we have an urban challenge fund, which is almost ₹1 lakh crore for giving to the development of the cities and etc., to a 1,50,000 crore allocation to the states for improving the infrastructure in the states. I think we are absolutely right in the right direction. It's going to be a while we reach the goal, but that's where the money has come. Having said that, I think this will really, as you said, that the ₹1.5 lakh, whatever is going in the hands of the customers, will help in at least the affordable housing segment. If I don't know how much is going to impact the aspirational or the luxury segment, but definitely I think it will help the affordable housing segment, which for I think is at least almost 3-4 years is not doing so well. And this additional 5,000-7,000 rupees a month will help in the EMIs, etc. So I think it's in the right direction is all I say right now.
So there have been different kind of reports coming in which says luxury homes are in demand, prices have increased, but it is every home buyer's demand. But there are different reports. So one report is by CBRE in January only. They came up by saying, quoting especially for Bangalore market, that 81% of the sales of luxury market declined, and those were the ticket size price above 4 crore onward. So where are these demands coming from, and which particular cities are seeing these rise in luxury homes?
So I think the top of the line in the luxury demand has always been Mumbai. It continues to be the top of the stable. I think NCR is doing phenomenally well. I was seeing some data, as you rightly said, in terms of the luxury demand, and I think the segments of 5 to 10 crores and 20 to 50 crore segment, which are the called luxury, uber luxury segments, are doing phenomenally well in Mumbai. In fact, if you look at the MMR data that I just saw in some of the report, is that the 20 to 50 crore segment has grown from around 75 odd units to 192 odd units last year. That's almost a 143-150% growth. And I think recently I also read about some news in where one of the big launches in Delhi where people have been buying 100 crores plus apartments, and that's also done very well. I think the Bangalore story can be taken with a pinch of salt. It could be a reason of less of supply. But frankly speaking, the backbone of real estate growth this year, in fact, the last 2 years, I would say, has been the luxury segment, and it's really doing very well. And Mumbai, I think, primarily because of the fact of the redevelopment that is happening. Right. So because we didn't have land, this segment was not doing well. Now, because of redevelopment happening, there's so much of supply which is coming, and people are able to buy homes in the location that they always wanted to be in. So I think this segment will continue to do well. I don't see a significant price increase happening in the near future, but I think this market is going to be stable, and there'll be a stable demand which continues to be happening in this.
But according to you, what are the factors which are demanding this kind of homes? Because there must be a certain target audience, right? According to you, what are these factors that is giving the rise to luxury homes?
See, the biggest factor obviously is the disposable income. I think the stock market has done very, very well in the last 2-3 years. That has really helped. I think urbanization is a big key factor. I think that's the reason why a lot of development is now people wanting to move to locations where they've always eyed to be in. And the infrastructure, I think Mumbai is a classical example, be it the coastal road development or the metro connectivity happening or the various other infra things that are happening in Mumbai, Atal Setu for that matter. I think all these things are putting people in the saying that, okay, they put in the money in the location they wanted to be. They want to be closer to their offices. For example, somebody was working in BKC and now they want to be in Bandra because it's just, it's just a hop away for offices, etc., etc. But I think a lot of these factors are now putting together. The income levels increasing, the infrastructure development happening, the location where they wanted to be, availability of supply happening over there. So all of these are shaping up together, and which is pushing the demand for the luxury segment.
Right. So we are seeing different land plotted development brands getting into micro markets of different cities in India, right? So I want to understand, when it comes to these cities, the micro market where the land is still there, pretty much available. So there have been different investment tools which have come in, be fractional ownership, right? It has gained huge traction post-COVID. So according to you, what are the trends we are going to see when it comes to plotted development? And what kind of investment tools are going to enhance after this? Be plotted developments, and even to my understanding, you can correct me if I'm wrong, in residential also now fractional ownership has entered, right?
Yes. I'm
seeing a lot of brands who I'm spoken to that they are taking projects from the developer and giving it for the fractional ownership for certain units and everything. So is this going to be the future?
So just to answer your question on the plotted development, where I think is so typically plotted development works where on two reasons. One is the end user, which is people wanting to build their own homes, which is very traditional in the south part of India, where people are buying plotted development for their end consumption itself. Two likes of MMR, where people are buying in locations like Khalapur or Karchad, where people are looking at investment opportunity, or in Panvel, where they see the next phase 3 of Mumbai growing in, which is 3.0 of Mumbai coming in, which is a clearly investment opportunity that people are seeing. So different reasons, but people are buying plotted development. That's a fact of life. And people are looking at, as you rightly said, that be it pilgrimage, wherever they can own a piece of land, people are investing it. But if you ask me, the whole logic is about capital appreciation, what they want to see in the plotted land. So I would urge all the buyers to be very, very careful when they're buying plotted development. One is obviously the legal part of it, because it comes with its own set of risks when they're buying plotted development. The second is, of course, the opportunity that is in the capital appreciation of that. And that can only happen if the infrastructure is coming on that. A lot of these plotted development, in my experience, have died down because there was no infrastructure which had led to that. And people have taken those so-called, opportunistic calls at that point of time and didn't work out. So these are the things that people need to be mindful of. But coming to the second part of the question that you said is the fractional ownership in residential. I think in the Western markets, a lot of such companies are prevalent and they're doing pretty well. Also about it, I've read about a few of them and they're doing well. Having said that, India, I think it's slightly at a nascent stage. It is probably going to take some time for these kind of structures to well happen. While in the commercial front, they're doing very well now. A lot of these companies are settled. But residential side, the problem is the rental yields are still at a range of 2.5-3%. So until there's a capital appreciation happening, it doesn't give a great opportunity for people to invest in. So I think it's still 3-4 years away till the time you see the really big numbers coming from this segment.
Right. And talking about rental yields, amazing rental yields are coming from office spaces, right? But we are also seeing a certain trend, which you can tell me if this is going to go for long, that major leasing is happening over ownership, right? So are we going to see this more in the future when it comes to commercial office space?
See, the office space is the all-time boom happening right now. Much has come in paper and press. So I think there was an article in Times of India, in fact, yesterday, the GCCs, I think, which is now becoming a backbone of commercial growth in India. I think they are exploding in India, I think, and lot of large global GCC players are there in cities like Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, now Pune, and I think that is which is creating a lot of demand right now.
Yes.
And as per all the reports that are suggesting, I think there is enough in demand which is going to come in the next 7-8 years more. I think by 2030, whatever demand that we are looking at, I think there's going to be a very strong demand coming in the commercial segment. So just to answer your point, I think leasing will continue, the momentum in leasing continue. This year there's been the highest leasing record already. I think the next year will be even better. And of course, the important thing is the supply is also coming in the right direction. So if you see, a lot of grade A supply is now developing, which was not there. There was no supply only of grade A. There was availability of commercial spaces, but not grade A, not platinum rated. So that supply is also coming, which will attract a lot of these global companies to come in India and attract that. Of course, needless to say that India is a talent hub. So cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune offer a great talent hub for all these GCCs to set up their shops in India. So it's helping in all. It's an overall structure which is helping us.
So as you mentioned, I want to understand there's been evolving demand, as you said, of grade A offices as well the mixed-use development, right? In the coming years, when it comes to mixed-use development, where do you see the trend is going to go?
So the mixed-use development, obviously, I think for a mixed-use development, the first and foremost important thing is you need to have a great land parcel, a large land parcel. We can offer this kind of thing. So in Bangalore, for that matter, we are doing a very large mixed-use development wherein we have a grade A commercial complex followed by a residential building, and we're also making a nice, F&B and retail out there, small bit of retail out there. So I mean, it's all about the fact that how big your land opportunity is. Luckily, these locations have to be close to infrastructure hubs. So we are just close to the airport. We are close to where the metro is traveling, and that is where it becomes a great place to have this mixed-use development.
Right.
Ultimately, you want your people either who are working or living in the campuses that you talk about to be accessible to the entire infrastructure. Commuting has to be easy. And for that matter, for me, I think that is where I think this year's budget is really, really helpful, because the government has put in so much money in the hands of the states, etc., wherein these infrastructures can be developed around these land parcels. The Mumbai 3.0 that we are talking about, where the government is now putting a lot of effort to build that, I think if the infrastructure comes in properly over there, that can be a great place to build a lot of mixed-use development.
True.
Especially with Atal Setu coming in and which connecting into Mumbai and especially to South Bombay and other parts of Mumbai. If the infrastructure is developed well over there, I think that I think we can do a really good job over there.
Right.
So this is where I see the infrastructure playing a key role.
I agree. And tell me, when it comes to sustainability, because it's now no more of the buzzword, right? No one is trying to do marketing about it by saying we are sustainable brands, to get certification, all of that in one place. How Puravankara as a brand, when it comes to sustainability, is integrating into their projects of residential and commercial spaces? So,
Kritika, we're very proud about what we're doing on sustainability front. In fact, we are probably the only developer I can think of is who's doing the residential buildings, also IGBC gold rated buildings. All our residential buildings are IGBC gold, which means that sustainability is at the heart of what we do. And every small element of sustainability, forget about the fact that we are making platinum rated buildings, etc., investing money in a commercial development. But as you say that every time we spend a lot of effort in ensuring that how we can make a certain building more sustainable. And that is where I'm just taking a step back when I was telling you about the redevelopment assets that we are building in Mumbai. Everywhere we've gone with the presentation, we have told them the smaller things we're trying to build in the asset to make it more sustainable, to make it less maintenance for the members. So be it rainwater harvesting, which of course these are very normal things, be it the solar panels that we are putting in, be it the kind of the windows that we're putting in, to a lot of other things that we're trying to pull in the clubhouse, etc., which can be easily sustainable and no maintenance. So for us, this has been a part of our DNA for a very long time. While the buzzword is there and people will start talking about it, we've been doing it for a very long time now.